Welcome everyone. Imagine you're in a completely dark room. No lights, no windows, nothing. How would you find your way around? How would you know where the walls are, or if there's a chair in front of you? Now imagine doing this underwater, where it's often pitch black, and you need to find food, avoid dangers, and communicate with your friends. Impossible, right? Well, not for dolphins. They've mastered something truly extraordinary. Dolphins have developed one of nature's most sophisticated navigation systems. It's called echolocation, and it allows them to literally see with sound. Today, we're going to explore this amazing ability step by step. Let's start with a simple question. What exactly is echolocation? The word itself gives us a clue. Echo means a sound that bounces back, and location means finding where something is. Put them together, and you get finding location through echoes. Think about when you shout in a tunnel or a canyon. Your voice bounces back to you as an echo. The dolphin's echolocation works on the same basic principle, but it's far more advanced than anything humans have created. Here's how it works. A dolphin makes a clicking sound in its head. These aren't just any clicks. They're incredibly focused beams of sound, almost like a flashlight beam, but made of sound waves instead of light. These sound waves travel through the water at about 1,500 meters per second. That's almost 5 times faster than sound travels through air. When the sound waves hit an object, like a fish or a rock, they bounce back to the dolphin. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The dolphin doesn't hear these returning echoes with its ears. Instead, it receives them through its lower jaw. Yes, you heard that right. The dolphin's jaw acts like an antenna for sound. The jawbone is filled with special fat that conducts sound waves directly to the inner ear. From there, the information goes straight to the brain. The dolphin's brain then processes this information to create a detailed picture of its surroundings. Let me give you an everyday analogy. Think of echolocation like taking thousands of photographs every second, but instead of using light and a camera, you're using sound in your ears. Each click is like taking one photo. The more clicks, the clearer the picture becomes. Dolphins can make up to 1,200 clicks per second. Imagine taking 1,200 photographs every single second. That's how detailed their sound picture of the world is. They can detect objects as small as a coin from 70 meters away. But it's not just about finding objects. Echolocation tells dolphins much more. They can determine the size, shape, speed, distance, and even the internal structure of objects. A dolphin can tell the difference between different types of fish just by their echo signature. Here's something that will blow your mind. Dolphins can tell if a fish has a swim bladder or not. They can detect if something is hollow or solid. They can even sense if another animal is pregnant by detecting the baby inside. Let's talk about how dolphins actually produce these clicking sounds. Inside a dolphin's head, there's a special organ called the melon. It's a rounded, fatty structure in their forehead. This melon acts like an acoustic lens. When a dolphin wants to echolocate, it pushes air through special passages in its nasal area. This creates clicking sounds. The melon then focuses these clicks into a narrow beam, directing them forward like a spotlight. The dolphin can control this beam. It can make it wide to scan a large area, like using a floodlight. Or it can make it narrow and focus to examine something specific, like using a laser pointer. This level of control is absolutely remarkable. Now, you might wonder, how do dolphins not get confused by all these sounds? After all, they often live in groups. If 10 dolphins are all clicking at once, wouldn't the echoes get mixed up? Here's another amazing fact. Each dolphin's clicks are unique, like a fingerprint. Dolphins can distinguish their own echoes from those of other dolphins. They can also filter out unnecessary sounds and focus only on the echoes they need. Think of it like being at a crowded party. There are dozens of conversations happening around you, but you can focus on the one person you're talking to. Dolphins do this with sound, but at a much more sophisticated level. Scientists have discovered that dolphins adjust their echolocation based on their environment. In murky water where visibility is low, they click more frequently. In clear water, they might rely more on vision and click less often. When hunting, dolphins become incredibly focused. They increase their clicking rate as they get closer to prey. In the final moments before catching a fish, they can produce clicks so rapidly that they sound like a buzz. Scientists call this the terminal buzz. The terminal buzz can contain up to 600 clicks per second. This gives the dolphin an ultra-detailed, almost slow-motion picture of the fish's exact position and movement. It's like having a high-speed camera that never misses. But echolocation isn't just for hunting. Dolphins use it to navigate through complex environments. They can map out coral reefs, underwater caves, and coastal areas. They create mental maps of their territory using sound. Here's something truly fascinating. Mother dolphins teach their babies how to echolocate. Baby dolphins are born with the ability, but they need to practice and refine it. They learn by watching and listening to their mothers. Young dolphins start with simple clicks and gradually develop more sophisticated techniques. It takes several years for a dolphin to become an echolocation expert. Just like humans learning to see and interpret visual information, dolphins must learn to see with sound. Now, let's talk about the wow factor I promised you. What if I told you that dolphins can echolocate so precisely that they can detect objects buried under sand on the ocean floor? They can find fish hiding beneath the seabed without seeing them at all. Even more incredible, dolphins can use echolocation to look inside things. They can detect the internal structure of objects. When scientists studied this ability, they found that dolphins could distinguish between containers filled with water and those filled with other substances. Some researchers believe that dolphins might be able to sense the emotional state of other animals through echolocation. They might detect heart rate changes or muscle tension. Imagine being able to sense someone's feelings just by listening to how sound bounces off them. The power of dolphin echolocation has inspired human technology. Submarine sonar systems are based on similar principles. Medical ultrasound, which doctors use to see inside our bodies, works on the same basic idea that dolphins perfected millions of years ago. Engineers are now developing assistive devices for blind people based on dolphin echolocation. These devices emit sound waves and translate the echoes into information that users can understand. Dolphins have been the teachers for this life-changing technology. Let's consider the challenges dolphins face with echolocation. In today's oceans, there's increasing noise pollution from ships, sonar, and underwater construction. This noise can interfere with dolphin echolocation, like trying to have a conversation next to a jet engine. Dolphins must constantly adapt to these changing conditions. They might change the frequency of their clicks or increase the volume. But there are limits to what they can do. Excessive noise pollution can disorient dolphins and interfere with their ability to hunt and navigate. Scientists are working to understand how we can reduce our impact on marine environments. By studying dolphin echolocation, we learn not just about dolphins, but about the importance of protecting ocean soundscapes. Here's another interesting aspect. Different dolphin species use echolocation slightly differently. Bottlenose dolphins, the ones we see most often, have different clicking patterns than river dolphins. River dolphins live in muddy water where vision is almost useless, so they rely on echolocation even more heavily. The Amazon River dolphin is nearly blind but navigates the complex, flooded forests of the Amazon with perfect precision using only echolocation. They can weave through tree roots and branches in complete darkness, never touching anything. Let's think about what echolocation means for how dolphins perceive the world. Their reality is fundamentally different from ours. We live in a primarily visual world. Dolphins live in an acoustic world where sound creates three-dimensional images. When a dolphin looks at you, it's not just seeing your surface. It's perceiving your internal structure. It might sense your skeleton, your organs, even your heartbeat. Imagine if you could see through people like that. It's a completely different way of experiencing reality. This raises fascinating questions about dolphin consciousness and intelligence. How does experiencing the world through echolocation shape how dolphins think? How does it affect their social relationships and communication? Dolphins are highly social animals with complex relationships. They have individual names, they form alliances, they play games, and they help each other. Their echolocation ability might contribute to their social intelligence in ways we're only beginning to understand. Some researchers suggest that dolphins might share their echolocation images with each other. They might be able to transmit what they're seeing acoustically to other dolphins. It's like sending a photograph, but made of sound. We're still investigating this possibility. The study of dolphin echolocation has taught us important lessons about evolution and adaptation. Dolphins evolved from land mammals that returned to the ocean about 50 million years ago. Over millions of years, they developed this extraordinary ability to thrive in their environment. This shows us how life adapts to challenges. When the ancestors of dolphins entered the dark ocean, they needed a new way to navigate. Evolution provided the solution through echolocation. It's a beautiful example of nature's creativity. What can we learn from dolphins? First, that there are many ways to perceive reality. Our human experience is just one possibility. Second, that adaptation and innovation are keys to survival. Third, that nature has already solved many problems we're still working on. The technology we've developed by studying dolphins has practical applications in our daily lives. Ultrasound machines help doctors monitor pregnancies and diagnose medical conditions. Sonar helps ships navigate safely. Parking sensors in cars use similar principles to prevent accidents. Future technologies might include even more sophisticated applications. Imagine cameras that can see through walls, or sensors that can detect structural problems in buildings before they become dangerous. Dolphins have shown us these possibilities. For those interested in marine biology or conservation, understanding echolocation highlights why we must protect ocean environments. Dolphins need clean, quiet oceans to use their natural abilities. When we pollute the seas with noise and chemicals, we're disrupting systems that have worked perfectly for millions of years. Every time you see a dolphin, whether in the ocean or in a video, remember that you're looking at a creature with a superpower. They possess a sense that allows them to perceive the world in ways we can barely imagine. They navigate through darkness with perfect precision. The story of dolphin echolocation reminds us that the natural world is full of wonders we're still discovering. Despite all our technology and knowledge, nature continues to surprise and inspire us. Dolphins have been using biological sonar for 50 million years, and we're still learning from them. So the next time you face a challenge or problem, think about the dolphins. They remind us that obstacles can be overcome with creativity and adaptation. They show us that limitations can become opportunities for developing new abilities. The ocean holds countless mysteries, and dolphin echolocation is just one of them. By studying and protecting these remarkable animals, we gain knowledge that benefits both dolphins and humans. We learn about biology, physics, engineering, and the interconnectedness of all life. Dolphins see with sound, navigating through darkness with grace and precision. They've mastered an ability that seems like science fiction to us. Yet it's completely natural for them, as normal as sight is for us. This is the beauty of evolution and the wonder of the natural world. As we continue to explore and understand dolphin echolocation, we open doors to new technologies and deeper appreciation for marine life. These intelligent, social, remarkable creatures have much to teach us, if we're willing to listen. And in protecting them, we protect the health of our oceans and our planet's future.